everybody, and welcome back once again to another edition of Inside the Headset. I got with me on the phone via conference, LTE, cellular, whatever you want to call it, the head coach of the Oakland Patriots as he gets ready to face Game 1, Week 1, and his game is Saturday afternoon as he'll take on Hoover. So let's talk to him about Oakland football as he prepares for Buccaneers. Coach, how you doing?
Doing good.
Of course, let's get to the meat of the conversation now that we're in football. Scrimmage Friday night, you went against Laverne. You were the last game to go off. I felt like we got off track as far as the time, but other than that, you got started about 15 minutes late, and then just take it from there, Coach, about the scrimmage and talk to the fans about it.
Yeah, great facilities, great field. Things, like you said, got a little behind schedule. But again, it was one of those things like a dress rehearsal, man. It was great for us to walk out kinks, definitely had to adjust on the run, had some issues with some headsets and that sort of thing. But at the same time, it was good work for us. Definitely got to give credit to Laverne, for doing a good job right there and scoring. I thought we were going to end up 0-0. We both subbed out the second quarter, but it was one of those deals where they hit us on a fourth and I believe 27. But we got burned a little bit on 4th and 27. Guy made a good play. We're going to have to hopefully fix that. But with that being said, we did hold out a couple guys, and one of them was our cornerback that would normally be in there. So Quantavious Boyd is coming back this week to play against Hoover, and a couple more guys like Jackson Carlson that have been sitting out with some injuries are going to fight through it and try to come back. So, hopefully we'll be full strength this week when we're going against Hoover.
What did you like? What did you get takeaways? What did you like and what did you not like about that scrimmage on Friday night?
Well, again, we were kind of keeping it kind of close to the vest. We had talked to Hoover about swapping some film, and they've got an Alabama rule in which they're really not allowed to do scrimmages in the fall. And they didn't really want to swap a spring scrimmage. So, we're kind of sitting there trying to prepare for a team that lost a lot of starters, but then they're kind of doing the same thing, and then we look up and there's 10 other coaches sitting there scouting us out. So we're trying to make it as tough on them as it is on us to try to get ready for an opponent that you're not very familiar with. And we looked rusty on offense, didn't look as crisp as we'd like, ran some of our basic stuff, but still should have executed better. And like I said, got to give a little more credit for stopping some things. But more than likely, you can point to ourselves. We stopped ourselves on a couple of drives with penalties. Had a turnover on 4th down. That's unacceptable. And, very, very disappointed in the penalties and turnovers. And those are the type of things that Hoover will capitalize on. Missed some wide open receivers. Some we missed by just a fingertip from being a touchdown. A couple of them we missed badly. So we're going to have to throw and catch better. We're going to have to cut out our own mistakes, cut out penalties, cut out fumbles. And when we go for it on 4th and 2, we're going to have to convert it.
Overall, the new guys that have never had a chance to be on the field, under the lights, yada, yada, yada. How did you feel about their effort and how they took to the Friday night lights?
Well, you could tell there were some nerves. What can you say about a kid being nervous? But there was a lot of nerves out there, but, Laverne had some new guys playing out there as well that responded, and Hoover's got a bunch of new guys playing on Saturday. So, hopefully that stuff cancels itself out, but, you got to go back to your training, you go back to your coaching, and you rely on that. You hang your hat on what you've been taught and what you've gone through all summer, and you try to get out there and relax. And so maybe that first time is over, and we can respond better with a smoother performance, and hopefully we can cut out and eliminate a lot of those mistakes we had.
let's talk about it as we move into Hoover on Saturday. What will you do between now and then as far as preparing for them?
Well, we've already been started a long time ago. You know, we've seen them play against a very good Blackman team, and you know, come away with I believe a 2-touchdown victory over a real talented Blackman team last year. But that's not the same team. I imagine they have the same offensive defensive philosophy. You know, they're really sound in special teams. They're really good on offense and defense. So we've been preparing for these guys for a couple weeks, and been having them on our mind all summer. Just got to make sure that our guys are focused in the task at hand. I will say that we prepared 0% for Laverne, and we definitely made sure that Hoover was still our main focus. We were glad to be in the Jamboree, but we know it's just a Jamboree, and win or lose after it, you're still going to be 0-0. We're focused on trying to start out 1-0, and we know that it starts with preparation. So our guys have been studying film. We've been giving them sheets to study as far as their breakdowns offensively and defensively. We feel like we've got a pretty good handle on what they do. A lot of times good teams do what they do because they're well coached and they got really good players. So that's what we're up against. They're not going to try to scheme us up or run trick plays or anything like that. They do what they do, they execute well, and a lot of times they have better players than the opposing team.
Well, you and Coach Watson have been working on this since both of you, I guess, were thrusted into this two-game deal. Talk to the fans about how it's $15. The first game's at 4, second one's at 7, but 7:30. Talk to the fans just about the bargain and the value. Because both teams coming this way, they've got some kids that are going to be playing on Saturday, and that's for sure, isn't it, Coach?
That's right. Yes, they've both got SEC caliber players, and they've already got some guys that have committed. I know we're facing a linebacker for Hoover that's committed a couple weeks ago to play for Florida, and he reminds me a lot of like Javon Curse in his earlier days. So us and Blackman, we're going to have our hands full, there's no doubt. But the thing about football is a lot of times the team with the most talent doesn't always win. So I think a fan can go away and see Tennessee football compared a little bit to Alabama football, get a good doubleheader in, and whoever planned this game has done a really good job of putting it on a weekend where there's really not a lot going on. The NFL hasn't kicked off yet. College football hadn't kicked off yet. Most of the games to open the high school season are going to be Friday night. So, by putting it on Saturday, a lot of people are not going to have to work. They're going to have time to go out, spend time with their families, and go see a good doubleheader. And I promise you, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be an interesting matchup. We both schools in Murfreesboro, we know the challenge at hand, but I've never known a Blackman team or an Oakland team bow down to anyone and falter and give in before the opening kickoff. So it's going to be a battle, and we're going to make sure that both these Alabama teams know that they've been in a ball game.
That's the greatest thing in the world that you could say. Faculty, staff, administration, and fans, anything to them before you go into your first game as a 6A football coach?
Yes, we're fired up at all the ladies that showed up to the Jamboree over the weekend. We know that this crowd is going to be even bigger and better. $15, a lot of money, but at the same time, our guys realize that when you spend your hard-earned money, that they need to put a good product on the field, and I think it's going to be well worth the price of admission. Both teams in Murfreesboro, I know, have been preparing really hard. We've been trying to get healthy, both of us, and hopefully we're going to put out a great product and represent our state well, but we need to represent in the stands well. Also, Hoover, I know, has already got a bus chartered for their students. We need our student section to be even better. I know they travel well. I know they always bring 2,000, 3,000 fans with them. Well, we need to match them in that category as well. We need to bring just as many fans. Their band is usually 250, 300 strong. Our bands are going to do their part to make just as much noise. Our cheerleaders are just as good, our dance teams. So it's going to be a matchup on the field of not just the players. Everybody's going to look at the scoreboard, and that's based off a lot of the players' actions and the coaches' actions. But let me tell you, it's going to be a competition in the stands, too. We need to pack the house. We need to support both teams. I think we've got two really good programs representing Murfreesboro and Tennessee, and we need to make sure that we're all on the top of our game. Band members, cheerleaders, fans, student section, all. And let them know what football's like here in Tennessee.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate it, and I invite you kids and fans to all be out there, just like Coach Creasy said. Boy, he couldn't have put it better, and we all need to be there. So if you see us Saturday or catch us in the next couple of days, say hello to Coach Creasy and thank him for putting all the effort to get this all together and everything, and we'll see you Saturday at the kickoff.
Well, just real quick, I know that our school in particular, we're doing a pre-game rally at 6 o'clock. Hopefully most people will go in and watch the doubleheader. But particularly Patriot fans, 6 o'clock between the tennis courts and the parking lot, right in that grassy area, we're having a big tailgate. Our student councils put that on. And like I said, this needs to be an event. It needs to be more than just a football game. It needs to be an event. And we need to get top-tier programs in here every year. And I got to give a shout-out to my man, John Jones. He's done a lot of work behind the scenes to get this thing rolling and representing Murfreesboro really well in our whole county. So, it wouldn't have even come about without the effort of John Jones and the committee he's put together. So, we're really proud of that. Hopefully this can be an every year type of deal.
Coach, thanks for joining me. I'm at Purcell Farms. I got a rough afternoon. I'm getting ready to hit the links, but we've been meeting and crunching numbers all morning long, so we're ready for the 2016 and the rest of 2015. But a little team building this afternoon. I'm going to try to lose about 15, 20 balls, but have a good time.
Hey, that's always good.
All righty.
Good talking to you.
Thank you, Coach, and we'll see you Saturday.
All right, see you.